YouTube. It feels like forever since I filmed a video. But it's the end of the month, which means it's time for a book related video and I couldn't have missed it. So for today, I decided to do a book tag. It's called the Stranger Things book tag. This tag was originally created by Sarah over Sarah Sunbeams, and I'm going to link her channel in the description bar below. If you don't know what Stranger Things is about, it's a show in Netflix that got really popular, and I think it has a really high rating on IMDb. So I thought that, why don't I go and give it a try? I watched the show. It's a very interesting show. It has this creepy mystery going on, and it's, as the title says, it is strange. I wouldn't say it's my favorite show, but it is a definitely good show. So if you haven't watched it, I totally recommend it. So this tag has 8 questions, just like the 8 episodes in the show. So without further ado, let's get into the tag. Number 1. Epic intro. Name a book that grabbed your attention from the very first page. For this, I went with Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. This book is about a girl named Christine who loses her memory every time she wakes up. Now, how terrifying is that? And this book just got me hooked from the very first line. So if you haven't checked this book, please go ahead and read it. Number 2. Dungeons and Dragons. Name a fantasy world that you would like to experience yourself. For this, I went with the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. Oh my god, I love this world. I love everything about this world. The fantasy, the weapons, the Parvati bond, just literally everything. I mean, this world has a whole purpose of existence. So, if you haven't read this series, what are you doing? Go read it right now. Number 3. Squad goals. Name your favorite bookish group of friends. Now for this, the obvious answer would be the Golden Trio in Harry Potter. But instead, I went with Vampire Academy series by Richelle Me. I think the best thing about the people in this book are all the character goes through drastic changes, and there was times when the characters weren't together, but they never gave up on each other. It's like they always had each other's back. So, yeah. Number 4. ABCs and Christmas lights. Name your mentally unhinged character. When I read the question, the first character that came to my mind was Juliet from Shatter Me Trilogy by Tahira Mafi. This book is so good, and the character Juliet, I have to give her. She's one of the strongest characters I've ever read about. Her touch is basically dangerous. It can inflict eternal agony, and it can also kill people. And even going through all of that, staying in a prison for I don't know, I think it's for a year, I'm not really sure, but it's still a long time. And she has been nothing but strong during the entire time, so yeah. Number 5. Upside Down. Name a book that was the opposite of what you expected. For this, I went with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Now, I went with this book because when it got really popular in the booktube, everybody said it was a creepy book, especially because it had this disturbing images. Can you see it? Yeah. So I was really excited, thinking it's gonna be a horror book and it's just gonna creep me out. So I picked it up and I read it, and it wasn't horror. It wasn't even near to creepy. It's like a whole different category. I'll put it into more of a fantasy genre because it's not creepy. So yeah, but doesn't mean it's not a good book. I mean, I gave it 5 on 5 on Goodreads. It's amazing. Read it. But if you think it's a creepy book, it's gonna scare you, that's not the case, but you're still gonna end up loving it. Number 6. Mad Scientist. Name the freakish dystopian government you can think of. For this, the obvious answer would be the government in Hunger Games, because they literally put you in this game where you have to fight and just one person remains and everyone's dead. But I didn't go with that. I went with the second obvious one, which is the Divergent Trilogy by Veronica Roth. I think the most creepy part about the government is in this book is that they don't want you to think from your mind. They want to control your mind, and if you can think from your mind, they wipe you out. Like, they completely make you homeless. You cannot meet your family. You're not accepted in the society. And what's more creepy than, having the mental pain and living alone in isolation just because you can think for yourself? So, yeah. Number 7. Demogorgon. Name a scary bookish creature that you would not want to come through your walls. For this, I went with the creatures named Grievers from the Major A Trilogy by James Dashner. Now, these creatures come out at night to kind of hunt the people living in the maze, and it can again inflict eternal agony in the person, and then the person starts behaving differently, and they are just really creepy creatures. So I'm gonna put a picture of the Grievers from the movie right now. Number 8. Cliffhanger ending. Name a book that left you wanting more. For this, I went with The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This book is such a good book, and as I was reaching the ending, nothing wasn't really happening. Like, how the first book has this proper story and then they kind of end and then you have to read the second book, and this was just the same. Like, I was reaching the ending and I'm like, okay, so this is the end, and then I reached the very end and it just gives this huge cliffhanger, and I'm like, I have to read the second book. And I couldn't go to the bookstore recently to get the second book, and I am so disappointed because I have been wanting to read the second book ever since I was done with the book. So if you haven't read this book, you should definitely check the book out and make sure you have the second book when you're reading it, because the cliffhanger. So there you go, that was my Stranger Things book tag. I hope all of you enjoyed. Please comment down below saying what kind of book tag or just any book related videos that I can make in future, and I'll do that. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and please do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.